Thank you so much for your precious time here. Thank you so much for deciding to hang out with me today. I'm really excited to explore our happiness together today. And fasten your seatbelt because we are going to take a ride and dive deep into the ocean of our happiness together, into the galaxy of our happiness. And we are going to take absurdly boring and normal examples of situations in life, and we are going to explore our happiness. So I am really excited. So let's say, and this isn't my opinion, this is what neuroscience shows. So let's take a look at a person that is thinking during late night. What shifted by thinking late at night alone? Their melatonin, sleep hormone, increased, obviously. Their internal focus increased, and their external stimulation decreased. But what was still off, they had low glucose, low energy. Glucose is like the brain fuel that your brain needs for your feelings, thoughts, and happiness and mood. And all the body signals I'm going to mention is like the fuel your brain needs for your mood, for your thoughts, happiness, and feelings. They had higher cortisol, which is a stress hormone. They had lower GABA, which is a neurotransmitter that works like a fan for your thoughts and feelings. It metaphorically fans your thoughts and feelings. They had higher glutamate, which is the exciting, a neurotransmitter that excites. They were in intense thinking. They had lower serotonin, which is a happy chemical, feel-good chemical, low stability. And they have dopamine low, no motivation, reward. The brain's prediction, this feels serious. Tone, heavy, overwhelming. And it's not just the tone, the mood that is heavy, overwhelming. Because of these signals, because the brain didn't have enough fuel for your thoughts, feelings, and emotions and happiness, the person started to see their life, their problems through more negative lens. Their problems started to feel and look more serious, more threatening, more dark. Their life situations started to feel way darker than normally. And things and problems in their life that usually didn't feel as off, that person starts to see them as more final, more inescapable, more like it's trapping them. Even though the person sometimes have moments or hours, etc., periods where the problem is there, but it isn't as serious. It doesn't feel as serious. The person feels like, yeah, it's a problem, it's heavy, but like whatever, I'll just deal with it somehow. And suddenly the galaxy of their happiness and feelings completely shifts, which is fucking mind-blowing. Now let's take a look. A person is doom scrolling. Like they're scrolling and 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 scrolling, chasing something that is worth it, worth their attention, worth their time, something that is just exciting or whatever. So after doom scrolling, the situation, what shifted? The stimulation got down. What shifted was the stimulation of their brain, etc., and overload. And what was still off? They had low dopamine, motivation crash. When you have low dopamine, the world around you, the atmosphere around you can completely shift. When you have low dopamine, the way how you perceive stuff, how exciting stuff feels to you, how intense your problems feel to you, how hard you try to figure out a certain problem, it can shift dramatically. Like dopamine alone is such a powerful part of your body. They had higher glutamate, the exciter neurotransmitter. They had overstimulated brain. They had low GABA, the neurotransmitter. They had low neurotransmitters that basically fan their thoughts and feelings. They had higher fatigue, and also they had higher cortisol, subtle stress. And cortisol can be turned on by situations, etc., but it doesn't always have to. Cortisol can come from outside world, but doesn't always have to. And they had also serotonin lower, lack of satisfaction. And they predicted like, okay, this should feel calm, but their thoughts are empty, restless. They suddenly start to interpret their life as more empty, as more like there's lack of rest when trying to solve their life problems. But if some of these body signals were different, like their serotonin was balanced, their GABA transmitters were more balanced, they had less fatigue. Yeah, it would still overstimulate their brain, it would still change the dopamine, but the way how they interpret their life wouldn't be as intense. They would have different thoughts, less intense about life. So yeah, doom scrolling obviously affect our feelings, thoughts, but what also plays a role is the body state, the brain's fuel a person had. Some people can scroll for hours, and yes, it shifted body signals in their body, but they don't feel almost anything negative from that. And yeah, thank you so much for your precious time here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I was really excited to share this, and I really enjoyed it. Especially thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out with me today and for spending your precious time here with me. Feel free to hang out with me even more and explore our feelings, thoughts, happiness, emotions, our life, etc. But absolutely no pressure. Take care, especially take care. And I can't wait to catch you soon.